everyone, it's Tiffany. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing something that I'm very excited to do and that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And I'm reading the essay that got me into Stanford. This is the Common App essay that I wrote way back in 2014, and I have no doubt this is the reason I got into Stanford. So I remember there were a bunch of prompts and none of them really fit what I wanted to write about, but I remember this one. It was asking, where are you most content? I think the actual wording was, where are you perfectly content? And I just thought about the things I like to do in life, and that was photography, filmmaking, people, connecting with people, saving the world. And so I decided to write about that. This essay is really personal to me. It tells really a lot about myself. It's really interesting to read it now because I've changed a lot since then, but this is me as an ideal 18-year-old. I think I was 17 or 18 when I wrote this. "What can you see?" the lady in the white coat asked me. "E," I said, staring at the biggest letter at the top of the eye chart. "Anything else?" she inquired. No." I shook my head. Everything below the first line was a blur. It was then, at the age of 5, that I was officially diagnosed with severe myopia. The optometrist then shoved a monstrous gadget in my face, repeatedly asking me to read the chart while she changed the lenses. Finally, a clear line of letters emerged, and the world beyond arm's reach suddenly became clear. After the examination, I received my first pair of glasses. Though thick and unsightly, they represented a freedom I previously did not have. A whole new horizon opened up before my eyes. My vision further expanded when my dad introduced me to photography. Equipped with a point-and-shoot camera, I started taking random pictures: the sky, a frog, a mountain range. For a kindergartner, being able to see the world through a different lens was a fresh and exhilarating experience. As I grew older, my photography evolved in complexity and meaning. In high school, I worked and saved enough money to buy a DSLR, a Canon Rebel, with which my art began to take on a more abstract direction, incorporating variables such as focus, lighting, and perspective. In one of my first projects, I put together several pieces of bent paper to form a structure, which took on the appearance of a grand palace when light shone on it at a certain angle. In another, I juxtaposed a seashell and a potato chip, illuminating commonalities shared by vastly different objects. My appreciation of the world grew as my photography transformed from the mere recording of photons into an art form. I began to enter and win photography competitions, and one of my works was published in a book, one featured at the University of San Diego Gallery, and another at the Calabasas Teen Arts Festival. The highlight of my career was the day the mayor of Calabasas handed me the award for the best photograph, emphatically stating, "Great work, it's so real I could almost touch it." Stationary photographs transformed into moving images when I took up cinematography. One of my earliest films was an educational video about macromolecules, which launched my YouTube channel. With encouragement from my peers, I made several other short films on a variety of topics, ranging from a Western-style duel to a metaphorical story about self-discovery. For my school robotics team, I created a film utilizing a helicopter, a Steadicam, and a rotating platform. My work won first place at the VEX Online Challenge and advanced our team to World Championships. To date, my most ambitious film project has been an anti-war documentary centered on the experiences of a Vietnam War veteran. This piece was the product of my summer study at the USC School of Cinematic Arts, which introduced me to the wonders of modern-day filmmaking. During my interview with the veteran, I had to ask deeply personal and often uncomfortable questions involving the horrors of war and its aftermath. Memories of killing a 14-year-old boy, losing fellow soldiers, and suffering from PTSD came bubbling to the surface. This project was unlike any of my others, for it challenged me to find a new way to pursue knowledge, and in the process broadened my sphere of awareness. Dorothea Lange once said, "The camera is an instrument that teaches people how to see." Indeed, it has enabled me to see far and clearly, and allowed me to learn about humanity in greater breadth and depth. My biological eyes no longer limit my vision. I have found my place behind lenses. Well, I hope you enjoyed listening to my essay. That's actually crazy. I have not read that in several years. I just somehow synthesized it all together, how cameras became my new eyes and cameras became my way to connect with other people. I've always, for some reason, just loved cameras. Everything behind me has something to do with the camera. But if I had to give advice to anyone who is writing their Common App essay or any essay for college, it is to just Find something that you're happy about, and it doesn't have to be something grand. Like, I literally wrote about me, like, taking photographs. Like, you don't have to have save the world. Like, you just have to have an idea and, like, explain it. And you want to show something that isn't really apparent through just reading your, like, grades and letters of recommendation. It really, like, tells a story about who you are and why you're an interesting person. And to everyone who is applying to college right now, just know that you are enough, and I know it's a stressful time, but you're going to end up exactly where you need to be, and everything will be okay. So thank you for listening to my story. I hope it revealed a little more about myself and gave you advice if you're writing an essay or whatever you're going through. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more things like this. I have so many more video ideas. Like you heard in my essay, I love cameras, and I have a million ideas for a bunch of series and a bunch of videos that I want to do. So make sure you're subscribed and you're going to keep up with my content. Comment below what you thought of the essay, or if you're writing your essay, or just anything. I read every comment, and I love when you comment, so make sure to do that. And I will see you in the next video.